Hi, it's Robin, and welcome back to Real Kosher Family Living. And today I'm not going to be talking on topic. I'm going to be talking about something that is not have anything to do with kosher family living. And some people might even say it's not kosher. So I'm going to be talking about cholesterol. And the reason I'm talking about this is for the past 2 years, I've been trying to eat a diet very deliberately, trying to eat a diet that's extremely high in fat and extremely high in saturated animal fat. The reason I've been doing this is for weight loss. I read some studies that showed that this kind of diet would really promote weight loss, and in me, that has been 100% the case. So I eat a diet high in butter and olive oil and butter and coconut oil and butter and even beef tallow, which I render myself from kosher beef from the butcher. You can't buy tallow or kosher tallow for sure at the store. And I have been cutting out almost all vegetable oil. So we eat a little bit of peanut oil and that's it. And I was recently reading a book, Nourishing Traditions, which those of you who are familiar with this book will know that this is a very pro-animal product, very pro-saturated fat book. And the author suggested that people with hypoglycemia might even need a higher proportion of fat in their diet, like 40%. So I'm considering going even higher to manage my hypoglycemic symptoms. And I received similar advice from my naturopath that also I might consider adding more fats. Specifically, she wanted me to add flaxseed oil. So these are all fats that are very high in omega-3s, that the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio is really high. And I don't eat a lot of processed foods, or right now any processed foods. Nothing that comes in a box comes into my house, really. I make pasta for the kids sometimes, but other than that, we're really just, I bake bread and I sprout grains, and we don't eat very much refined sugar. We have kids, and so we do eat some, but not a lot. So I went and had my cholesterol tested to see how this diet has been affecting my cholesterol. And please understand, I'm in my early 30s. So the long-term effects of this kind of diet are really not going to be noticeable until I'm much older. And so you can take the results of my cholesterol test and you can just say, well, she's damaging herself and she's going to see it 10 years down the road. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm also willing to risk this experiment on my body because I have seen such a dramatic difference in weight. Right now I'm still 12 pounds above my ideal weight, but I'm a good 20 pounds below where I have been most of my life. And that's how I want to live. I want to live like that. So my cholesterol test results were fabulous. Well, pretty good. How about that? So my overall total cholesterol is 155, which is fine. That's perfectly normal. And then my HDL, the so-called good cholesterol, is 70. So my ratio is 2.2 to 1. The ratio that they strive for is 3.2 to 1, and my ratio is much better than that. So the HDL levels in women, the optimum is between 50 and 60, and anything above 60 is considered protective against heart disease. My levels are 70. So, pin a rose on my nose. But I have been researching a lot about the cholesterol theory of heart disease, and please forgive me, Daddy, if you're watching this video. I don't believe that the cholesterol, I'm not convinced by the cholesterol theory of heart disease. And really, if you're watching this video, Dad, it's all your fault because you taught me to be a skeptic. So there, you can only have yourself to blame. And Grandma, if you're watching this video, please do what your doctor says and don't pay any attention to your crazy granddaughter because, these are very alternative theories, and I am not giving any medical advice. I'm telling you what I'm choosing to do. So there is a relationship between cholesterol levels and heart disease, and there's all kinds of studies on how your risk of heart disease, your risk of heart attack, your risk specifically of death from heart attack goes up as your cholesterol goes up. And I am not convinced that this is a causal relationship. Which came first, the heart disease or the high cholesterol? So the cholesterol theory of heart disease says that the LDLs, the bad cholesterol, deposit arterial plaque in the walls of your arteries, and that as the arterial plaque builds up, your arteries narrow, and then you have a narrowed space there, and you could have a clot, and a clot would prevent blood from getting to your heart, and that would cause a heart attack. Okay, so my question is, why does your body do this? Why does and people with a lot more knowledge than me, actual doctors, and there are papers all over the internet. And the one I'm looking at right now is from www.johnbarron.org, and it's called The Cholesterol Myth, and it's a really nice article. You might want to check it out. I'll put a link to it in the box below. Says that, why is your body putting this arterial plaque on the walls of your arteries? Why doesn't everybody's body do it in the same way? So is it because your LDLs are high, or are your LDLs high because your body needs this arterial plaque on the walls of your arteries to protect them from arterial damage? So there's an alternate theory called the arterial damage theory of coronary heart disease. It says that your arteries are damaged through a number of different possible reasons. There are some theories about why it could be. Too much omega-6 fatty acid is one of those theories, and it's the most compelling theory to me because the amount of fat that Americans have eat that has not gone up over the last century. Americans eat very little more fat now than we did at the turn of the last century. What we do eat is a lot more vegetable oil fat, which is high in omega-6s. So we eat a lot of fat from vegetable oil, and a lot less fat from animal sources. So this is the most compelling reason that I think for the damage to the arteries. There's a lot of other theories, and that this damage to the arteries then causes requires the LDL to put up this arterial plaque to support the arteries and some kind of cement them up, and that's why people get heart disease, because there's this side effect of shoring up your walls with this arterial plaque, or the walls of your arteries with this arterial plaque, that it narrows the arteries. So, you know, I am conducting this experiment with my own body, and maybe that's risky, but again, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that high cholesterol leads to heart disease. I think that it's very possible that there is a reason for your high cholesterol, that the high cholesterol is a protective response by your body to protect your arterial walls, and yeah. So I was really astonished, actually. This is not a popular belief in our society. I was really astonished. I took my 2-year-old in for his well baby visit, and on the piece of paper for a 2-year-old's well baby visit, it said that he should be drinking skim milk or low-fat milk, and I was really astonished by that. I can't imagine that a 2-year-old whose brain is still developing, that's really the recommendation for that. Kids need a lot of cholesterol for brain development. And we drink whole milk. Everybody in our house drinks whole milk. I've showed you our beautiful, extremely delicious whole milk, and we're going to continue doing that. So now, if you would like to make some comments about this video, I would love to respond to them. I know, again, that this is controversial stuff, but also check out the book Nourishing Traditions. Also check out that's mostly a cookbook, but it's a good resource. Also, a really good read is What to Eat, Real Food and Why, and I'm going to by Nina Plank, and I'm going to do a review on that book a little later. So, I hope this has been informative to you, and you know, if I die of a heart attack, then you can have the last laugh. I will see you in another video. Bye.